2 for Trim McLavin, for Ratoath by McLavin, and it's gathered up by Ryan Kelly. Ryan Kelly gives the ball on towards full back Cormac Butler, who kicks it on towards 15, who in a lot of space, Nathan Dunn carries the ball. Here's the sub, Jordan, and he's been fouled. Oh, he was fouled and the whistle was blown. A bit of controversy here. The ref blew the whistle for a free. Ratoath kept playing and the man put the ball in the back of the net, but the whistle was blown. Sure, there was no way that the goal could be allowed. The whistle was blown for a free. Big controversy here. Really shouldn't be allowed that goal. Rory, he blew the whistle. Our player stopped. Play went on and they buried the ball.
Yeah, absolutely, CJ. No doubt about that. He blew the whistle. Now he's going in towards the umpires, but I'm not sure if these are his own umpires that he came with the game today, so I'm not sure, but certainly he blew the whistle. Everybody stopped. All the Trim players stopped. Peter Farrell stopped. So it's interesting to see how this pans out, CJ. I
think the ref may have one umpire either end, so he's going to consult with his own umpire who was on the left post. But without a question, just to explain it to you fully, the Ratoath man was fouled on the 14-yard line, no advantage given. He blew his whistle for a free. Free should have been taken. Play continued, Trim stopped, and the Ratoath man buried the ball in the back of the net. What's the decision? I think he could be given the original decision, which was a free in, and I think common sense may have prevailed. Ref is standing in the 14. Yes, he has. That would have been a travesty. So he's gone back to the original decision of a free in for Ratoath, and there should have been an advantage played, but he did clearly blow his whistle. So 10, Tiernan Ahern takes the 14-yard free and taps the ball over the bar. I hope you all understood what happened there. I think we explained it as well as possible. So the goal was cancelled out and the 14-yard free reverted and was tapped over the bar by Tiernan Ahern for his first score of the game. So the score after 3 minutes and a bit of play of the second half is Trim 5, Ratoath 4. Peter Farrell with the free out or kick out again. Long ball towards the middle of the field where Mikey Cole goes up, misses the ball, and it's carried forward there by number 9 onto number 12, Jack McGowan. McGowan kicks the ball across square. Peter comes out, plays it really well and hand passes it out towards David Murta, who hand passed it on to Darrell Phelan. Phelan takes the ball on down towards the Trim halfway line. Phelan still going. Patchy Quigley is available to his right, gives a lovely ball off to James Cullen. Cullen fumbles but takes it on, and he's going at his man number 4, Darren McGill, in on the 14-yard line. Gives it back out towards Bug, and this would be old style for Bug. And it's an empty net. Shawnee Foley scores a great goal. Shambles for Ratoath. Ball hit the goal post, stroke bar, came back out to Shawnee Foley, and the match turns on its head with a lovely score. Well, a tap-in goal for Shawnee Foley, which changes the game and puts Trim 1-5 to 4 points ahead with 5 minutes gone the second half. A real game changer there, from a goal the other end, which was rightly cancelled out, to a goal at the Trim end. So Ratoath on the attack again. Dylan Farrell clears his lines very well, picked up by centre back there Brian Power. James Murray intercepts for Trim. James is playing a grand game, but he's tackled and he skips to 2 players and goes at them again, holds possession and is then dispossessed. James did very well there. Ratoath may be a little unlucky. I thought they got the ball there, but it's a free into Trim and there's a lot of action at the minute. So we'll just calm down and tell you where we are in a minute. So Bug plays a ball out towards the side, and one lovely by Shawnee, and chips it up and gets by his player and is fouled again. So Trim need to probably put the ball on the ground, take their time for a minute, relax, because they're in a position now that maybe they mightn't have been 5 minutes ago. So James Murray, who's doing exactly that, an old head on young shoulders, has his ball 21 yards out and is standing. He could have a pot at this, but it would be a fair kick for his age and for what he's at. So ball 21 yards out, almost on the sideline. James takes a free into the keeper's hands though. McPartlin grabs it, plays the ball with the left foot out towards Shawnee Johnson, who's very deep at this stage. Johnson gathers the ball and takes it on the way up towards the Ratoath end of the field, gives a ball with his left foot down towards corner forward, and it's out over the sideline. Nathan Dunn. That ball was played for, but Owen Sweeney was very nicely with him. So Owen has the ball, gives the ball on to David Murta. David skips through the tackle, brings the ball onto the 50-yard line. Space in front of David, still carrying the ball, looks up, still carrying the ball. Dimmy is with him and gives a great ball to Dimmy. Dimmy takes the ball through the 50. A score on here to be a great one. Get over the bar. Dimmy Higgins with a mighty score for Trim. Wonderful score for Trim. Dimmy's first score of the game to leave the score 1-6 to 4 points for Trim with we'll tell you now in a second. Rory's stopwatch is not what it should be. 6.5 minutes gone. Ball kicked out. Patchy's under it. Well taken there by 12, Jack McGowan, who's now moved into centre forward. Shawnee Johnson seemed to have moved out a wing forward. Ball in towards Owen Sweeney. Get in and wins this ball again. Owen Sweeney hasn't put a foot wrong in this game. Frankie Murphy with the left foot slows it down a little bit, gives it to Munners, on for Luke Moran, who takes the ball out through the 50-yard line and gives a lovely sweet ball down to Shawnee Foley. Trim moving really well at this stage. Luke continues his run down towards the 50-yard line. Luke takes it on through. Still as the ball, gives it back to Bug. This is the kind of football we want. We want McGrath on the ball. Takes it to the 21-yard line. McGrath with the right foot kicks it in again and kicks the ball wide for Trim's 5th wide of the game. Score 1-6 to 4 points. Rory, big change in there. Like a goal and a point in a very short space. Very important.
Yeah, and a very fortunate goal. The Ratoath keeper's been doing very well today. But I think Shawnee Foley ran in when the ball was dropping short and put him off, and then he misjudged the flight of the ball. It bounced back off the post into Shawnee's grateful waiting arms. So great score for Trim, and it's opened the game up.
Ball with Ratoath in the middle of the field. Number 8. John Walsh takes possession, gives it on. 7 has gone through the middle for Ratoath. Gavin Horn, but they're still playing the ball across the field. Slow possession, slow build up for Ratoath. In there to number 11, Brian Daly again, back out to Jack McGowan. Jack I think he's all right footed, but he's been really well tackled by the lads. James Murray by Munners, carries the ball through midfielder and back out there now to substitute Jordan, who kicks a big ball with the left foot out towards, and a big wide, thank God. So it's 8 wides for Trim, or for Ratoath, 5 for Trim. Just an observation, Mikey Cole just not in the match for the last 25 minutes, Roar.
No, we need to be getting our wing forwards on the ball. It's the way the game is played now. You got to, you break deep and you work possession up the field, and half forwards and half backs are very, very important in that role. So we need to see those players getting on the ball more.
Kick out from Pizzi again, goes towards Mikey's wing, but it's won there again by Ryan Kelly. Ryan Kelly gives the ball on there to Brian Daly. Daly takes on Munners, but it's going nowhere, I hope. He says he's fouled by Munners, and soft enough free, according to my expert Rory Dowling. Gives the ball back to Jack McGowan, who will hardly have a pot from there. So Trim backs are marking tightly. Shawnee Johnson takes a run through the middle. Frankie needs to get under that ball, and Pizzi comes out and wins again. Well defended by Frankie, and Peter comes off his line. Peter finds a beautiful ball out to Darrell Phelan. He's a rock of sense and goals today, Pizzi. It's great to have him. Here comes Philo. Don't lose possession, Philo. Now the pitch opens up for him, and he gives the ball towards Shawnee Foley. Not the type of ball Shawnee needs, and it's won pretty easily by... And Trim will win back possession. Cullen has it. Should he slip the ball to McGrath? He gives it now. Is it too late? McGrath still on his feet. Can he score a goal? Oh, it's wide from McGrath. Trim could have tidied up the game there. My God, it was just James Cullen should have given the ball first. Sorry if we're getting a bit over exuberant. So, with... kick out from McPartlin again, kicking a lot of ball here towards Jack McGowan. David Murta is with him, but it slips through nicely to Frankie Murphy. Frankie gives the ball to Patchy. 10 minutes gone in the first half. Patchy's first ball for a little while, or in the second half. Patchy takes on his man, gives it back to James Cullen. Cullen to McGrath and Cullen linking up really well. Back to Dimmy Higgins. James Murray's free in the middle. Little ball to Shawnee, must win ball, which he does, and he's fouled on the 14-yard line. Must win ball for Shawnee, and in fairness to the kid, he did it.
Yeah, it was 1 or 2 balls in the first half like that went in, and they seemed to slip through his fingers, but he was brave there. He grabbed the ball, knew the tackle was coming, and it should be a handy enough free now for Trim. But the intensity has certainly picked up here now in the second half, CJ, so we're looking forward to the last 20 minutes or so.
Yellow card there for Ratoath. That's their third yellow card, along with Jack McGowan and Shawnee Johnson. None of the similar ones for Trim, which shows great discipline. So with the stopwatch saying almost 11 minutes of the second half, Trim, Owen McGrath has this free when Shawnee Foley gets up to put Trim into a 6-point lead, which would be very nice at this stage, but the game is far from won because Ratoath are quite dangerous when they're coming forward. So Shawnee looks okay. Delighted for Shawnee to win that ball. It was a tough ball to win, and he gathered himself into a package and gathered it up and was played for the free and got it. So here's McGrath with the free from just over 21 yards out. McGrath kicks it over the bar. It's a beautiful score again there. Only's third point of the game. I think they could be all from frees. So McPartland kicking the ball out again. They've tried with not much success down this stand side, if you like, here in Trim. McPartland kicks a long ball this time where it's won. The mark is won. Munners was a bit off his man there, so they take it through and gives it off to Jack McGowan. Jack McGowan is pretty right, tackled by David Murta, but goes through him and kicks a ball over the bar for a good score for Ratoath. That's they probably needed that, and that's Jack McGowan's first score of the game to make the score 1-7 to 5 points. Nice score by McGowan. So PT takes his time a little bit to come out here with the kick out, with 12 and a half minutes gone of the second half, 2.5 to a water break. I'd say we'd take a water break at this stage just to settle things down. Brilliant kick out by Peachy. Up goes Dimmy, forwards it on, but it's won there by number 7 Gavin Horn, who passed it on to Jack McGowan. McGowan plays it in, but Luke Moore wins a great ball in there and is kind of foul in the process, and then fouls going backwards. There's 13 minutes gone in the second half. 7 has come running through. Jack McGowan's after getting a bit of possession there, lads. 2 in a row. David needs to tighten up his game and be a little bit tighter on him, and a lot of kick-outs are coming this way. So Shawnee Johnson, who's been inaccurate so far today, takes this free from about 40 metres out and makes no mistake for his second score of the game. So, as I said, I think we'd mind a water break at this stage because Trim have just need a little break. They had a lot of pressure there for about 10 minutes. So it's 1-7 to 6 points. 13 and a half minutes gone. Peachy's kick out again. Wonderful kick again by Peachy. James Murray is up, wins the ball, break down to David Murta. David kicks the ball down the field towards James Cullen. If James can win this ball, it'll be a great one to win, but it's taken out by 4 Darragh McGill. It's in the corner though, so not a place to foul. Ball going nowhere from Ratoath, didn't he? Dave, get your man. Out the field towards number 7 Gavin Horn. Horn breaks through the tackle, drops possession, gives it to Jack McGowan. James Murray follows on. Brian Power in the middle of the field takes it, nice little ball towards Shawnee Johnson, who's back in full forward, and Luke Moore makes a cynical foul there, which will be a free in. Johnson gives a quick ball in, but he calls the ball back. Cynical foul from Luke, probably one that had to be made, but he's probably going to get a yellow for it. Ratoath just in the last 5 minutes have upped their game, Rory.
They certainly have, and they're running strongly from the half back line, and they're getting a lot of possession. They're starting to look very, very dangerous. I think Luke was lucky there. If he had pulled his man to the ground, I think it would have been a black card, but he'll probably end up getting a yellow here for this. Yeah, indeed he does.
The first yellow of the game for a Trim player, Luke Moore, but probably a necessary one. Johnson takes the free from 14 yards out, looking for his third point of the game, which he duly gets. So it's 1-7 to 7 points. 3 points between the teams, and it's almost at the water break. 14:55, almost 15 minutes. I'd say the water might come. I know Shawnee Foley was down for a minute, so it'll be another minute. Peachy kicks the ball out under Mikey Cole, and Munners wins the ball. Well done by Mikey Cole. Gives it back to Munners. Munners on to Dylan Finnerty, who's fouled. Gives it on to Frankie Murphy. Frankie gives the ball, nice ball towards James Cullen. Cullen needs to take on his man. Patchy Quigley's outside. Can he give it to Patchy? Gives it on to David Murta. James Murray's inside if he can see him. Dave has a shot at goal, and it's not gone wide. Stopped there by James Cullen, and David Murta still on the ground, having kicked that ball. Ratoath on the attack out with full back Cormac Butler. Butler on towards wing forward there. I don't know his name at the minute. Ryan Kelly is moving forward from half back position. Gives it on to Jack McGowan, who's Frankie Murphy's coming out. A good move here by Ratoath. Brian Daly, the centre forward, goes on to his left and scores a nice score. So from one end to the other, Ratoath have increased their tally to 8 points to leave it a 2-point game, and I would think we are at water at this stage. But he's taken the water break with a Trim player down injured, I think. 16. Play seems to be continuing. There's 16 minutes gone, a couple of injuries for Trim. So David Murtagh is still on the ground with a little foot injury. And he's saying there's not 15 played yet, so there is going to be another play or two before the water break. So David Murtagh recovers, he's up on his feet. Physio Liam is with him. Peatsy is ready to take the kick out, and just the last 5 minutes or Ratoath have taken over a little.
Yeah, I think that's 4 points in a row they've kicked, CJ, so Trim are certainly under pressure here.
Kick out from Peatsy comes towards Frankie and James. Both of them climb. Patchy Quigley in for the break but misses it. Ratoath are on the ball. Back to Jack McGowan, who's got on quite a bit of ball. Gives it on there to number 8, John Walsh. Gives it towards Shawnee Johnson. Well marshalled by Luke Moran. No free given. Sean Johnson on the ground. Referee will throw the ball up. The throw up coming, or is it a free? He's given a free to Jack McGowan. Back out there to number 9, Peter Barry. Barry takes the ball on and gives it to his midfield counterpart John Walsh, who gives it on to Big Shawnee again. 50 yards out, takes on the tackle, slightly over carries and kicks a horrible ball wide, probably his 5th or 6th wide of the game, and Ratoath's 9th wide of the game. So Roar, we were in a good position, and 4 or 5 points ahead I think, and Ratoath came back to make it a 2-point game again. As we said, I think there'll be very little in this.
Yeah, I agree with you. The signs are a bit ominous there now. Hopefully this water break is coming at the right time. Trim just Gibbo over there on the sideline will just rally his troops there a little bit and just get them going again. But yeah, very, very good game here. And as I say, it's effectively a semi-final, so you'd expect Ratoath to fight to the last. So we're just saying, Shive, that maybe our half-hour line needs to get into the game a little more. I mean, the two wings, Patchy Quigley and Mikey Cole, haven't won a possession in quite a while.
No, they need to start winning the breaking ball. James Murray and Frankie went for that last ball here on the clubhouse side, and the ball broke, but the Ratoath man was out in front and won it. We have to start winning the breaking ball from these two big men. Just a word for our sponsors again, our main sponsor Super Value, and also Tom Lena from James Griffin, who supplies all the water for the water breaks for Trim J adult teams and our minor hurling team. Just thank you very much, and to Ted Murtagh Clothing and Footwear.
Okay, we'll take a time out ourselves now just for 2 minutes. Okay, so we're coming into the last 15 minutes of the game. One change for Trim. Danny Coleman comes in a wing back, replacing David Murtagh, who took a knock on that last kick. So here comes Peatsy again. Kick out coming. James goes for the middle of the field. Wins a great ball. James Murray needs to move the ball up quickly, and he does towards James Cullen, but it's nicely cleaned up there by the cornerback Darragh McGill. McGill gives it out towards the middle of the field. Ratoath have started off where they left. they're coming on the attack again. They're behind, of course, but gives a nice ball on there to Nathan Dunn. Nathan Dunn goes at Owen Sweeney. Sweeney dispossesses him again. Almost man of the match at this stage, Owen Sweeney, playing a great game. Hasn't put a foot wrong at corner back. Out from Frankie Murphy, who plays a 50-50 ball towards McGrath, but it's picked up by the Ratoath half forward. Ratoath seem to be in the ascendancy here at the minute. It's all Ratoath. Trim's fitness looks a little bit weak at this stage. They're flat on their feet. Here comes Ratoath coming through again, and he's fouled by Luke Moran, and Luke Moran could be gone. I think this is the second yellow for Luke Moran. It was a poor tackle. It was a definite free, and the referee is going for his pocket, which I think is ominous for Luke. Rory.
Yeah, I think Jack McGowan was driving straight at the heart of the Trim defence there, and Jack's certainly picked up the ante here in the second half. He's having a super second half for Ratoath. I think Luke a little bit unfortunate here. He's going to get booked and he's going to get sent off, but I think Jack was on his way down, and I think the tackle probably looked a little bit worse than it actually was. But in this day and age, anything around the head is a yellow card, so Luke is gone, unfortunately. So Trim are under the cosh here now.
So Luke goes. I see them bringing Mikey Cole somewhat back towards the half back line. So we need a full back. Whoever, maybe Munners is going in full back and Mikey Cole a wing back. That was actually, Frankie gave away possession there, lads, when we were in a nice position. It was a very 50-50 ball with the hand pass, and Ratoath slipped into it. We needed a more solid pass. So Shawnee Johnson, ball in hand, should make this a 1 point game with about 2.5 gone in the second period of this second half. Shawnee Johnson kicks it over the bar for his fourth free of the game to make it 1-7 to 9 points, 1 point game. Trimmer flat on their feet. They need something moving. They're warming up Patchy Lennon, I see. Possibly to come in the back line. Remember, Ratoath now will have an extra man for the last 12 minutes of this game. Peatsy with the kick out again, looking for Dimmy in the middle of the field. Brian Power, who's Div designated spare man, gathers the ball, kicks it in towards Dylan Finnerty, who was almost pushing on the back but got away with it, and it's out towards Shawnee Johnson, and he's tackled again by Dylan, who's doing grand there. This is gathered again by Brian Daly, centre forward, takes it through the 14 yard line, but nicely tackled by Mikey Cole. He keeps him out there, and Cole dispossesses him, which was great play. Mikey on the ball and gives a lovely ball to James Murray. James Murray gathers it on for Danny Coleman, who's a fresh pair of legs and looks fresh, gives the ball off to Shawnee Foley and off to McGrath. This is Trim's first attack for some time. McGrath has acres of space. Danny Coleman is still with him. Beautiful ball back by Danny. McGrath's 14 yards out. This will be some score if we get it. A brilliant goal! Class goal the whole way down the field, finished by Patchy Lennon. What a score! Danny Coleman, fantastic. Broke up by Owen Sweeney. Given to Danny Coleman, out to James Murray. Murray on to Danny, who kept going. McGrath did fantastic, gave it on to Patchy. Fantastic goal for Trim just when we needed it. So now it's a 2-7 to 9 points game with Ratoath attacking again. Brilliant score from Trim, score of the match. Number 8 carries the ball on, was tackled by Dimmy Higgins and foul. I should have said actually Mikey Cole broke up that play initially, 14 yards out from an attacking position for Ratoath. So free for Ratoath, 50 yards out. Shawnee Johnson, ball in hand. Personally, I don't fancy him with this. I think he might be outside his range. He'll have the range but not the accuracy, in my opinion. So he has the ball in the 50 yard line. Danny Coleman looks to be getting the yellow. Danny's been very effective since he came on. You cannot beat a fresh pair of legs. So Danny playing a wing back. Danny, only 18 years of age, did really well. Patchy Lennon now is coming onto the Trim team, and I don't know who's going off. Who? We'll tell you in a second who's going. I think Trim has 15 players in the field again. So anyway, Patchy Lennon is on for the Trim team. Sean Foley, corner forward, has gone off. It looks like Trim could be packing the defence here for the last 10 minutes, because Patchy Lennon, who's come on, is back really. So it's a free in to Ratoath on the 14 yard line on the right hand side of the goals. Trim 2-7, Ratoath 9 points. It's a 4 point game, and it's gone over the bar for a free from substitute Jordan. So the score now is 2-7 to 10 points, 3 point game. there's 25 minutes gone, but really that's including the water break. So really, we would be saying there's at least 7 or 8 minutes left in this game, maybe more. So Peaty foul ball on the ground again. Brilliant kick out from Peaty. A highlight of this game, Peaty's kick outs. Come to the middle of the field, almost won by James Murray, but dropped in the middle of the field. Ratoath on the attack again, gives it on to John Walsh. On again here for Brian Power, who's the spare man for Ratoath. He has the ball 50 yards out, was nicely tackled. Gives it off right there to Jack McGowan. Tackled by Danny Coleman and half fouled. McGowan retains possession and kicks in. And another wide for Ratoath, which makes them their 10th wide of the game, and Trim need to settle here, Rory, for the next 3 minutes. If we can contain things for 3-4 minutes, we're into the ascendancy, but the game is far from won.
Yeah, we just need to get the ball to our runners who can break. There's an acre of space down here to my right hand side down towards Ora, so if Trim, like that last score that Trim got, if they can get possession and work the ball quickly into that space, we have a chance.
Kick out again from Peaty. Big man James Cullen's coming out under it. Break to Frankie Murphy. Great ball. He gives a lovely ball to Owen McGrath, who's the real danger man here today. He does nothing wrong. Gives to Timmy Higgins, who finds James Cullen out in the wing. Patchy quickly going through again. Win that ball, Patchy, which he does, and is fouled. Patchy Quigley, fair play man. He went for that ball that most lads would not, and he got fouled 14 yards out. Superb play by Frankie. On to Owen McGrath, who hasn't put a foot wrong, who gave it to his other experienced senior colleague James Cullen, who found Patchy with a 50-50 ball, and to be fair to the Gosson, he put his head on the line, was fouled for a vital free for Trim on the 14-yard line, which McGrath will take his time up and step up and take. Rory, great take by Patchy.
Yeah, great take by Patchy and a great decision by James Cullen. It looked like he was shaping to take the shot, saw the man in the better position and gave a hand pass in, and Patchy was very brave and strong, went in, took the hit, got the free, and it's just what Trim needed at this stage.
Oh Jesus, Only has taken the free from 14 yards out and hits it badly wide. That's his second wide from 14 yards. I hope that doesn't come back to haunt us. Match very still in the balance. Kick out from McPartland to the middle of the field. Won back by James Murray almost, but won by John Walsh for Ratoath in the middle of the field. Carrying the ball strongly up towards the half back line. Gives it off to full back Butler, who carries the ball through Mikey Cole's tackle. Still on with his left foot. Gives it sideways out here to the other midfielder. Cornerback McLavin is moving up the field. 9, Peter Barry still has the ball. Across the field again to the corner back, to the corner forward Nathan Dunn, who I think is fairly average on the ball. Well won by Owen Sweeney again. Sub with the left foot. Jordan is on. Don't foul him, lads. He played for the foul and Philo played into his hands. The sub Jordan with the left foot is at, and Trimmer after Mountain, and they brought it on to the 14-yard line. So from a difficult free, it's bringing it to a 14-yard free for Shawnee Johnson, who should stick this over the bar to make it a 2-point game again. Johnson already with 4 frees in the bag. There's 29 minutes gone, but there will be 5 minutes to play between water and injuries. Johnson scores his 5th point of the game to leave it 2-7 to 11. Costly miss by Oni. I hope we won't miss it. Live to miss that one, Rory.
Yeah, absolutely. We needed that badly. It's the way the game has gone. We're going to get very few chances between now and the final whistle. We have to make each of them count. So these kickouts now, Peter's been forced to go along with the kickouts, and it's playing into Ratoath's hands a little bit. So we're going to start winning ball here.
Peaty coming along again, out to the big man Frankie. One man up, one man, he slips. Frankie slips, and number 7 Gavin Horn wins the ball. Horn wins his free, gives it off to number 4 Darragh McGill. McGill gives it back here to number 8 John Walsh, who's carrying the ball a lot in the last 10 minutes. He gives it on there to corner forward now Tiernan Ahern with Darrell Philo with him. Back out to sub, who's left footed. Jordan breaks through the tackle, kicks badly into Peaty's hand. Peaty gathers a difficult ball, breaks through the tackle, needs to find Danny Coleman, who's out in front of him. He does. Peaty needs to go back now. Dimmy on the ball again. Dimmy hold the ball, breaks the tackle nicely. Lawler Ratoath shirts ahead of him. Trim need to move down the field. Danny Coleman back to McGrath, and McGrath will do the right thing, I'm sure. He holds up the ball. Jeez, Danny Coleman did a stupid thing there. Danny played a third man tackle, and this could be his second yellow, only 10 minutes onto the field. I hope he doesn't get a second yellow. If the ref goes for his pocket, we're in trouble here. Danny played a third man tackle. I think he could be gone. Second yellow for Danny. and Trim could be down to 13. They've warmed up Joe Donoghue on the far side. A black card for Danny, and a black followed by a red, so he's gone. So Trim are now with 13 players. Can we hold out? There is 31 minutes gone, but there's probably 3 minutes to go. Ratoath on the attack again. Trim with 13 players. Can they hold out? Gavin Horn comes through, almost barges through, keep them outside line. Jack McGowan is fouled by James Murray. They need not to argue with this, or it'll be brought on again, because I don't fancy Johnson from 50 yards, but he's deadly from 25. So Johnson has the ball in hand, 48 metres out from the or 48 yards out from the Trim goals. Big right foot coming here from Johnson. Aims and kicks off to the right. As I said, I don't fancy him from long ones, but I do fancy him from short ones. So that's their 11th wide of the game. So we're entering into the 32nd minute. There couldn't be much more than 2 minutes left. Trim, 13 man Trim holding out 2-7 to 11 against Ratoath. This is what things are made of here. Can Trim hold out? About 2 minutes to go. Petey slowing the kick out. Another fine kick out over towards James Murray. Very important. James wins a brilliant kick out and takes the mark. Trim need to move forward a little. Beautiful ball to the right man, Owen McGrath. Most experienced man on the field. Gives it back nicely to Munners. 2 men around the middle of the field. One is Frankie Murphy. Frankie is Patchy ahead of him on a simple ball. He gives it to Patchy. Everything needs to be simple here. Beautiful ball to James Murray. James takes it on. Gives it on to Mikey Cole. First touch for a while. Gives it to McGrath again. The man with the experience. Picks his ball off the ground, unfortunately. About a minute and a half to go. 32 and a half minutes gone. Ratoath with the ball deep inside their own half. Wing back Ryan Kelly brings the ball out the field. Trim need to get back in numbers, which they're trying to do now. James Cullen, Patrick Queely going back. Ratoath carrying the ball onto number 5, Ryan Kelly, still at the 50-yard line towards the other wing back. Great challenge by Dimmy. Out towards here to Nathan Dunn, pretty average footballer. Gives it back inside to number 9. Back to 8, back to Jack McGowan with the right foot. Is it over the bar? Yes, it is. Makes it a 1 point game. Another good score from Jack McGowan. Makes it his 3rd point of the game. 1 point game, 33 minutes gone. What is left? He keeps checking his watch. Trim need one more possession. They need one more possession. 13 men Trim. Can they hold out? Beatsy sets the ball up for the kick out. Game. He's looking at his watch, but there could be another minute. Beatsy kicks. Frankie goes out under it. James Cullen and Frankie, 2 big men. Frankie rises like he did years ago, but the ball breaks down to Ratoath. Number 9 again, Peter Barry has the ball, gives it to Brian Power. Cullen comes at Power. Power kicks the ball in towards Patchy Lennon, misses the ball. Munners gathers it. Trim need to get on the ball here, hold the ball out to Munners again. Trim are dead on their feet. Can they hold out? Back to Dimmy. We're still in our 21-yard line. Munners with the ball, takes the ball through the tackle, back to Peatsy. Should give the ball on to Dylan Finnerty. Dylan has the ball, should give it to Philo. Philo has the ball. Still on our 14-yard line, but still gaining possession. Munners is free if he gives it to him. Don't lose possession. Darrell still has the ball, gives it to Munners. Munners referee is putting the whistle towards his mouth. Can we hold out? It would be a famous victory. It's over. Trim are in the final. I saw the ref with the whistle towards his mouth, and that is one famous victory. 13 men Trim defeat Ratoath 2-7 to 12 points. Fantastic victory for Trim. Jesus, Rory, that was heartbreaking.
Yeah, it was great stuff. Great fight by Trim there in the second half. They really did well when they're under the pressure. I think the red cards they were a bit unfortunate with the red cards, but that's the way it is. And Ratoath had all the opportunities, and the wides Ratoath kicked in the first 10 minutes, CJ, really came back to haunt them in the end. And Trim managed just to keep their noses in front. I think that second goal that we got just came at the vital time. It gave us a 4 or 5 point cushion, and we were able to see it out to the end. But fantastic stuff. And some of the young players, it was a nice mix. I know you mentioned Owen McGrath, who's used all his experience, but I thought young Owen Sweeney there, the cornerback, had a superb game, and they worked the ball well down the field. Very calm. Munners had a great game there, and in the last couple of passages of play, he showed his experience as well. Didn't panic on the ball. He was under a bit of pressure, but just played the simple ball back. A couple of passes back to Peatsy there near the end, and just kept possession, and they worked it. So that's fantastic for the club. There'll be great buzz around training now during the week. I know we're going into a hurling week, but there's going to be a great buzz around for everybody to have a team in the final.
So just to sum up, it was one of a really famous victory, to be honest, down to 13 men. Well, 14 men with 10 minutes to go, 13 men for almost the last 5. Trim dug really, really deep. They were flat out on their feet, but from Petey out, who really made no difference to Peter Brennan not playing. Peter was fantastic in goals. Full back line all very good. Half back line tired for some time, but finished out very strongly. Frankie gave it his all in the middle of the field. Dimmy was always busy. James Murray won an awful lot of ball. You can't beat. You'd have to hand it to Patrick Quigley for the last few minutes. He won a serious free. We didn't get to score it, but his goal was fantastic. So do you want to add anything else, Rory, before we finish?
No, just to wish Kieran and the management team the best of luck now in the final. The other games, I believe, are this evening in the final, so I think Simonstown are in the ascendancy in that group, but Simonstown have 4 points going into tonight's games. I think they're away to Dunboyne, and O'Mahony's are playing Nafina in the other game there. But so we'll have to wait and see how they pan out. But that's for another day. I mean, today was about Trim and their performance, so it was fantastic. And just want to compliment John Andrews. In fairness, he's done a lot of work getting all these games up on Facebook for Trim, so it's great, and I hope people who are at home who can't get to the ground are enjoying it, because it's great stuff from John.
Just on that front, I would like to reiterate those thanks to John. On a personal note, I'd like to say hello to my brother Derek, who absolutely misses nothing in Tenerife. He's almost first on every day, and his family in Tenerife. I know the sun is shining, but things are not the same as they were out there. So regards to you all out there, and onwards and upwards will be hurling week this week, 3 big matches for the teams, and then the following week we're into knockout football, so the season will come to a head very quickly, but things have never been going as well. So regards to everybody that watched in, and we'll talk to you next time.
Great stuff.